Thank you to the Stanley Museum of Art for this continued partnership and collaboration. There are some seats, so feel free to get in there while I'm talking. That's fine. I also want to thank Jim Hayes and Linda Snetzler, who are here, because without their support, the Grantwood Art Colony wouldn't be in existence, and we wouldn't be able to bring such wonderful people here to campus. Yeah. Each year, the colony hosts 3 fellows, one in painting and drawing, one in printmaking, and one in interdisciplinary performance. The interdisciplinary performance fellow rotates between music, dance, and theater. And they're challenged to, in their work, while they're here, not only engage with students within their own discipline, like in Brandon's case, music, but also reach across to the other disciplines within the Division of Performing Arts and into other aspects of the University of Iowa and across the state. And on behalf of the Grantwood Art Colony, it is my privilege to introduce Brandon Alexander Williams this evening, who is this year's Grantwood Fellow in Interdisciplinary Performance. Born in Maywood and raised in Peoria, Illinois, Brandon Williams is a poet, MC, DJ. Williams is an alumnus of Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, where he produced The Yard, an a cappella hip-hop musical. As an active MC and DJ, he has performed and taught throughout the country, produced 8 albums, published 2 books, and given several guest lectures and keynotes centered around art-integrated education. Of course, this is not the first time that many of you have seen Brandon this year, especially not behind a microphone. During his time here, he is open for Commons event Greatness at Hampshire. He's performed in a faculty showcase at the Voxman Recital Hall, hosted a colloquium at the School of Music, created the opening for The Journey on the Big Ten Network, which was pretty cool, discussed the many facets of hip-hop with Tony Blackman just 2 weeks ago, performed at Mission Creek Festival, hosted a monthly open mic at the Trumpet Blossom, and that's just to name a few of his appearances this year. So please join me in welcoming Brandon Alexander Williams.
Stop. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right. So my name is Brandon Alexander Williams. I am a rapper, spoken word artist, and MC. My lecture today is on the poetics of hip hop and being unlazy with language. Hip hop being an African American culture, subculture, genre, all of the above. There are 5 basic elements to hip hop. You have MCing, you have DJing, MCing or mic controller, master of ceremonies, so on and so forth. MC. You have MCing, you have DJing, you have tagging or graffiti art, you have b-boying or breakdancing, and then you have MC, DJing, b-boying, tagging, and then the 5th one is knowledge. All right, so everybody say knowledge. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. All right, cool. It's gonna be a lot of call and response. All right, if that's cool, say cool. Right, so that's MCing. All right, so everybody put your right hand up like this, right hand up like this, like this, like this. Go to this side, go to this side, go to that side, go to that side. Stop. Make a fist. Put your fist right here on your chin. On your chin, your chin, your chin, your chin. Yeah. Real quick, one person. Why'd you put your fist on your head? Because I did it, right? It lets you know what type of learners. Starts with a V. We are visual learners. We learn by Right. Okay. Some of you guys were sure, but you were inconfident. I don't know. Exactly? No. We learn by example, right? So MCing is about call and response. Everybody say rice. Say lice. Say nice. Stop. What do you put in the ice tray? What do you put in the ice tray? You put water. What do you put in the ice tray? Water. You put water in the ice tray. Once it freezes, it comes out as ice. Okay. Now, when I say sub, you say conscious. Sub. When I say garbage in, you say garbage out. Garbage in. Garbage out. So, you can't control your subconscious, right? But you can control your thoughts, right? A lot of times we're on social media, we see images. We watch TV, we see images over and over again. So they spark thoughts in our head, different thoughts. It can induce anxiety, right? And so it's important that we're in control of our thoughts. And one of the ways to do that is to read. Everybody say read? Read. So y'all should buy my book later. So, because you can control your thoughts as you look at my thoughts, you won't be bombarded, so on and so forth. So, I want to talk about MCing, because I am an MC. I deal with words in rap. Rap, first and foremost, point of information, rap is the acronym for rhythm and poetry. Rhythm and poetry. Everybody say it together, rhythm and poetry. Rhythm and poetry, okay? So poetry is a contemporary form of literature. By default, since rap is an acronym for rhythm and poetry, rap is a contemporary form of literature. All right? So, we're going to talk about, when I talk about being unlazy with language and the poetics of hip hop, I'm talking about saying what I mean. When it comes to rap lyrics, we have, I deal with high level lyricism. Words that mean things, storytelling that means things. Nothing is by happenstance. Everything is on purpose. Everybody say on purpose. On purpose. When I say unlazy, you say, when I say unlazy with, you say language. Unlazy with language. Unlazy with language, right? So I'll show you guys an example really quick of the great author Ta-Nehisi Coates talking about one word in particular. And I want you guys to tune in. I felt that was going to happen.
And there was an email sent.
Oh, here we go.
Last week, Northwestern had this concert with Lil Uzi Vert. He uses the N-word profusely, like a ton, and there was an email sent out to students who went to this concert saying, you don't have a right to use this word, which I 100% agree with. Like, as a white person, I don't have any right. I haven't, until reparations are paid, until there's some sort of giving back, there's no right. But what do you say to, I don't know what to do when I hear my friends using this word in a song. I don't know what to do when it's all the time.
Words don't have meaning without context, okay? My wife refers to me as honey. That's accepted and okay between us. If we were walking down the street together and a strange woman referred to me as honey, that wouldn't be acceptable. The understanding is I have some sort of relationship with my wife. Hopefully I have no relationship with this strange woman. When I was young and I used to go see my family in Philadelphia where my dad was from, they will all call him Billy. His name is William Paul Coates. No one in Baltimore called him Billy. And had I referred to my father as Billy, that probably would have been a problem. That's because the relationship between myself and my dad is not the same as the relationship between my dad and his mother and his sisters who he grew up with, right? We understand that. It's the same thing with words within the African American community, or within any community. My wife, with her girlfriend, who used the word bitch. I do not join in. I don't, say, hey, I don't do that. I don't do that. And perhaps more importantly, I don't have a desire to do it. You understand? A while ago, Dan Savage was going to have this show that he was going to call Hey Faggot. I'm not going to yell faggot at Dan Savage. That's not my relationship with the LGBT community. And I understand that, and I'm okay with that. I don't have a desire to, yell out the word, faggot. I just don't have that. The question one must ask, if that's accepted and normal for groups of people, we understand that, it's normal actually for groups to use words that are derogatory in an ironic fashion. Why is there so much hand-wringing when black people do it? Black people are basically, however you feel about it, they're not outside of the normal rules and laws for humanity. I had a good friend who used to have this cabin in upstate New York, which he referred to as the white trash cabin. He was white. I would never refer to that cabin. I would never tell him I'm coming to your white trash cabin. I just wouldn't do that. I think you understand why I wouldn't do it. The question one must ask is why so many white people have difficulty extending things that are basic laws, of how human beings interact to black people. And I think I know why. When you're white in this country, you're taught that everything belongs to you. You think you had a right to everything. You had a right to go where you're conditioned this way. It's not, because your hair is a texture or your skin is light. It's the fact that the laws and the culture tell you this. You have a right to go where you want to go, do what you want to do, be however, and people just gotta accommodate themselves to you. So here comes this word that, you feel like you invented. And then somebody will tell you how to use a word that you invented. Why can't I use it? Everyone else gets to use it. You know what? That's racism that I don't get to use it. That's racist against me. I have to inconvenience myself and hear this song and I can't sing along? How come I can't sing along? You know what I mean? And I think, for white people, I think the experience of being a hip-hop fan and not being able to use the word nigga is actually very, very insightful. It will give you just a little peek into the world of what it means to be black. Because to be black is to walk through the world and watch people doing things that you cannot do, that you can't join in and do. And so I think there's actually a lot to be learned from refraining.
All right. Miss America, you left your daddy house 3 ships deep, headed west. High frequencies overstayed welcome with welcoming natives. Food and cultivation of land traded for blanket statements and redlining, punking me, scooting and bumping me. Ohio company, there you go, changing the rules, blocking me. Jim Crow tried stopping me, knocking me. We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine into money bands on Black Wall Street, so you dropped a bomb on me. Pardon me, starving me, manufacturing poverty, sit and watch. Real quick. When it comes to emceeing, it's call and response. When I say call, you say response. Call and response. Okay, so throughout this piece, and where I come from in the Chicago poetry community, spoken word community, if you hear something that you like and you understand, you can give me some snaps. When you hear everybody snap real quick, snap. Cool. Everybody say bars. If you hear a bar that you like and you understand, you can be like, If you get it a couple minutes later, you can be like, And then everybody no one's gonna judge you, okay? So, also, what we do, shout out to my last semester class and this semester class, what we do, if it's a line that you like, and you don't even have like the time to snap, but you really like it, and you like, it's like some good food that you're chewing on, you can like wrinkle your face, you know what I'm saying? Eddie, show them what to do. You wrinkle your face, and then you dip it in the sauce, right? Like that. You do your hands like this, as if you have a nugget, and you like, So I'm gonna start this piece over. If you hear a line in the piece that makes sense, or that sounds cool, you're like, I get that. All right, we can do one of those things. If that's cool, say cool? Cool. All right, this is called Miss America. Miss America, you left your daddy house 3 ships deep. Nina, Panther, Sensimer. You left your daddy house 3 ships deep, headed west. High frequencies overstayed welcome with welcoming natives. Food and cultivation of land traded for blankets, statements, and redlining. Punking me, scooting and bumping me. Ohio company, there you go, changing the rules. Blocking me, Jim Crow tried stopping me, knocking me. We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine into money bands on Black Wall Street, so you dropped a bomb on me. Pardon me. You dropped a bomb on me. Pardon me, starving me. Manufacturing poverty, sick. Manufacturing poverty. Manufacturing poverty. Sit and watch. Then whipping Plymouth Rock and dropping him on project housing property. I beat the game with a handicap. Proceeded to leave, but you pimping us. Made us potent, had money sent to us. Say daddy can't be in the crib to get benefits, so he dipped and that crippled us. He pitching cuz. Depression is rampant. I say depression is rampant. People drinking, geeking, and sniffing some. Candy store be giving some. Ease your mind random. Meanwhile, legislators preparing documentation that accommodates mandatory minimums. No filibusters. Gotta get some rooms at the Doubletree Penitentiary and fill them up. Meanwhile, mama working double time, so she's sending us to daycare with Similac. She don't mouth to nipple us. Nutrients lacking, bones and heart brittle. No therapist or hospital. Pain turns to rhyme, hot spitter. Comedy prize got you hot, richer than pride when you were not winning. All by design, America happenstance is not with her, but we manufacture culture. I say we manufacture culture. Remix anything given. This ain't even my dialect, and I'm rhyming it. That's mathematics and linguistics combined. embedded in my melanin. You can't keep greatness from me. The cheese already shredded and spreaded. You can't keep greatness from me. You can't put me back in the block. You can't cremate this money. This is God's current. See, you can't recreate this money. We be seasoned. I say we be seasoned. Seasoned make the food taste good, right? We be seasoned. Extract. Indigenous to expat. Royal wherever I step at. My elders built pyramids and you still can't destroy or dissect that. Wait a me to fall, you better check back. And don't hold your breath black, because as soon as I come in, my wings spread. Two bussin', parachute. I didn't even know I had that in a jetpack. And that be the black woman. She be the vertebral column. She go hard whether she is or not wounded. But you cold-blooded America, dream seller, amphibian, far from the black Aunt Vivian. I was only challenging you. All you ever cared about was how the numbers added to you. Had me fight my people over the Federal Reserve notes that don't even matter to you. I'm cashing my chips in, leaving this casino. I will no longer fight this battle for you, Miss America. This one's called 50-50. When expectations don't meet reality, you got a problem. You ever been in an argument and you say, well, you would think that. We usually, people, when expectations don't meet reality, we got a problem. This math don't add up. 50-50. I don't want half or nothing, you shouldn't either. It's supposed to be 100-100. I mean, if you lacking, I pick up where you slacking. You can mistake the cup for half empty or half full, but if you give your all, Iowa City, if you give your all, you can walk away with no regrets. Upset nonetheless, but you know that you've done all you could. The other person just wasn't ready to get it. In double dutch, the rope can't swing if your whole body ain't in it. We gotta jump together. Both risky getting whipped by the rope, but when we do, I'll lick your wounds and you'll put honey on my cuts. Since we laugh about the day we took jumping rope to another level. Redefine comfort levels. Join forces and fall other devils together. I'm not interested in 50-50. Standing with one foot in, never jumping rope, steady slapping us in the arm, leg, neck, head, and we wondering why it's not working. Why it's not turning. You don't complete me, you compliment me. God ain't make no half people. I'm already 100. And so are you. All right. So what we're going to do right now is like lyrical analysis, right? When we talk about being unlazy with language, we talk about using every single word. Every word makes sense of something, right? So, real quick. Let me see. So let's see. So when I say, Miss America, you left your daddy house 3 ships deep. What does that mean? What do you think it means? I want you guys to get somebody, what's up, hands up, what's up, what does it mean? Yes?
Leaving Europe to come over to a new land.
Right, so I personified America, made her woman, and said, you know, humans, we personify, right? Personification, giving human-like qualities to a thing, right? So Miss America, I'm addressing her as a woman. You left your daddy house, 3 ships deep. Very creative way of saying like, hey, you guys, you know, and what is it, 1492? Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Right. You got lost, actually, but that's a whole other story. So, even within this small line here, right? Miss America, you left your daddy house 3 ships deep, right? Deep, 3 ships in full, right? But in black culture, we say deep, man, I'm coming through deep. Right? I'm coming through with a lot of people. I'm coming through with my crew, right? So even that is within there, right? Unlazy with? Right? So left your daddy house 3 ships deep. Headed west, high frequency, high freak wind seas, right? That right there is called a phonetic pun. Everybody say pun? Pun. All right, you guys know the pun is, right? Like no pun intended. Like knock knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana. Knock knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana. Knock knock. Who's there? Banana. Banana. Knock knock. Who's there? Orange. Orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? So, that's a pun. This is a phonetic pun. When you heard me say it, you can't see it written. You can only listen to it. For example, if I were to say immaculate, right? Immaculate. I'm a computer burning up in flames. Immaculate, on fire. Immaculate, on fire. Right? That's called a phonetic pun. You can only hear it Right. Right, come on, do it. She said, hold on, goodness. Unlazy with? Now this is magic that like rappers are doing that sometimes if you tune it out, like you don't even know that it's there. You're like, oh, it's just old rap, I don't know what's going on. So if I say, for example, there's a battle rapper from Boston named Chilla Jones. He uses themes of phonetic puns. So for example, he was battling a guy and he used car parts because the guy he was battling is from Detroit, which is called the what city? The Motor City, right? So he was using car parts to tell the guy, don't talk to his girlfriend. And one of the things he said was, so don't bump her or even look near her grill and forget a number trying to axle a fender more than steering wheel. Unlazy with? That's like the high level rap, okay? So point of information, battle rap is the highest form of lyricism in rap because at that level, new styles are born and die every round. Most battles that go on are 3 rounds long, they're 3 minutes each. So every rapper has prepared 9 minutes of unlazy with, right? So a line like that, you know, that I just showed you guys with the car thing, that's just like 30 seconds of the 9 minutes. It's compact with all of these. This is a line and a verse in a song on an album in a discography. Unlazy with, right? So let's keep going. High frequencies, overstayed welcome with welcoming natives. Overstayed welcome was welcoming natives. What does that mean? If somebody says you overstayed your welcome, you did what? Stay too long, right? But then I wrote it this way on purpose. Overstayed welcome was welcoming natives. Right? Because did the natives like try to kill them when they came? No. They was like, hey, come in, what's up? Come on in. And they was like, hey, Louis C.K., one of my favorite comedians, because I like his writing, right? He's unlazy with. Right, that's what makes him a great comedian. He has a bit about Native Americans, and he says he was like, and we treated the Indians wrong. He was like, and they're not even called Indians, but we knew when we got here it wasn't India, and we didn't correct it. We just kept calling him that. Like, and so he said we came to him and we're like, hey, you guys are Indians, right? They're like, no. No, you sure? You aren't Indians? No, totally different place. You sure you're not Indians? No, you're Indians for hundreds of years, you know? And so, overstayed welcome was welcoming natives. Thanksgiving food and cultivation of land trade for blanket statements. In red line, what is this part? Why did this elicit a response? Traded for blanket statements.
Because they gave disease.
Right, so, delivery. Everyone say delivery? Delivery. When it comes to rap, another point of information. The poetics of hip-hop, the poetics of rap, right? It's written to be performed. It's not written to be read, right? So all of this, usually, like, rappers don't put their lyrics out. They don't show you the rhyme book. You just got to catch it in time. So you have to have an intelligent ear to even catch these different lines in real time. You might say, hold on, I got to go back. I got to listen to that again. So when it comes to music, you have to play it over and over again to catch it, to stop and pause, right? So when I deliver it that way, I added the timing in, right? In rap, we employ comedic timing in order for lines to hit a certain way. So in addition to the writing being good, I deliver it a certain way. If I were to just say, food and cultivation, land traded for blanket statements and redlining, it wouldn't hit as much. But when I performed it and you didn't see the lyrics and I said, traded for blanket statements and redlining, pumping me, scooting and bumping me. What is redlining? Anybody?
Black neighborhoods, they wouldn't, like your loans or...
Right? Similar to, kind of like the cousin to gerrymandering, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what gerrymandering is? Who's heard of it before? Ooh, look at that. You see that? So, what hip-hop has done for me over the years, I'm 33 now. I first was introduced to hip-hop when I was 10 years old. I used to sit and try to catch what people were saying. And from hip-hop, little nuggets of information that I'm quizzing the audience on right now is what made me search and research for different topics in history, in the world, and made me learn. So it's also a teaching tool built in. Unlazy with? Because if you're lazy with language, I could put a false fact in here, and someone say, oh, that's not right. Similar to a comedian making a joke, and his punchline not hitting right? So a comedian can say, like, just like George W. Bush, immediately everyone will say, what? No, you said it wrong. It's Bush. Woo! Woo, terrible joke. Everything you said up until now is null and void. Because you're being lazy with language. So in rap, it's about being unlazy with language. The more lazy you are, the whacker you are. The more unlazy you are, the doper you are. Right? Point blank period. So, when I'm putting in different nuggets of information, it leaves things to, because the punchline, everybody say punchline. Part of the punchline is about being unlazy with language. But being so unlazy that you take a statement and put it all in a sentence. Similar to a comedian that'll make one punchline that represents a bigger dissertation of thought, right? So for example, when I get down here, I'm gonna skip forward ahead. So I said, redlining, punking me, scooping and bumping me, Ohio Company. Who's heard of the Ohio Company? Write it down, look it up. Come on, I see you got your phones out, boy. Open your notes app. The Ohio Company. In history. Great. Something to look up. But it deals with the whole idea of redlining real estate. There was a company that gave land grants. It's called the Ohio Company, right? Ohio Company. Then you go change the rules, blocking me. Jim Crow tried stopping me, knocking me. We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine into money bands on Black Wall Street, so you dropped the bomb on me. This particular section, let me highlight it. This particular section right here, unlazy with language. Jim Crow tried stopping me, knocking me. We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine into money bands on Black Wall Street, so you dropped the bomb on me. When I say edify, you say the language. Edify the language. Right, so edify means let's make it make sense. Jim Crow is what? We're going to do every line, every word. Jim Crow is what? What does Jim Crow represent? One person. What does Jim Crow represent? Segregation. Okay? Let's talk to me like I'm 7. What does it represent? Segregation. Talk to me like I'm 7. I don't know what segregation means at 7. Talk to me like I'm 7.
Black people and white people separate.
Say what?
Black people and white people separate. They weren't allowed to mix.
In what country? Okay, cool. Jim Crow tried stopping me, knocking me. We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine. At this point, if you don't know what I'm referencing, you know that it references some type of place, some type of name, right? Raise your hand if you're familiar with Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine. Probably not a lot of people, right? We got a handful. That's great, just a couple people. Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine. If this is an acronym, it spells what? GAP. Who's ever heard of the GAP band? More hands are going up, right? Hands down. Who's ever heard of Charlie Wilson, the singer? More hands are going up. Charlie Wilson is a member of the GAP band. Charlie Wilson is from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma has a neighborhood called the Greenwood District. That was a heavily populated black district, also known as Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street. We're tying this all together. Everybody say wordplay. Unlazy with language. Okay. We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine. Those were the main 3 streets through the neighborhood. Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine. But the name of the neighborhood was Greenwood, right? We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine into money bands, right? Right, so slang term, you know, right? Bands, you know what I'm saying? I got bands. I got bands of money, right? Because when you get big stacks of dollars, they're in what? They're in bands, right? But also a band is a right? Music, right? The Gap band, right? Stay with me. We turned Greenwood, Orchard, and Pine into money bands on Black Wall Street. So you dropped the bomb on me. What happened to Black Wall Street? Does anybody know? What did you say? Who burned it down? The neighbors burned it down? Did the neighbors drop a bomb on it? Did someone actually drop a literal bomb on Black Wall Street?
No.
No?
Yes.
The National Guard got involved, and to quiet the riot, they said they dropped bombs on the neighborhood. The Gap band later made a song using the metaphor of a heartbreak. You dropped a bomb on me, baby. You dropped a bomb on me. Unlazy with language. Black people for centuries have used music to encode messages and pass it on. Being unlazy with language. Old Negro spirituals. Who's heard of the word or the song Kumbaya? Kumbaya, more. Kumbaya. Right, Kumbaya. Who knows what a twang is? A twang. You speak with a twang. What does that mean? It's an accent, right? So you say something instead of story, you say stove, right? Kumbaya. People will tell you, oh, Kumbaya means come by here. It doesn't mean that. They're saying come by here with a country twang. The South Carolina folk, or the Gullah Geechee, who's heard of Gullah Island? The cartoon was teaching y'all something. The Gullah Geechee people of South Carolina are descendants of slaves that were brought here, one of the first stops that were made in South Carolina. And that culture of people kept songs as they were going through tumultuous times to pass the time. So they were singing, come by here, my Lord. Come by here, like come save me. I'm dealing with chattel slavery. People are treating me like a property. Come by here, my Lord. Come by here. Eventually people heard it and said, oh, kumbaya, it's another language. No, that was English with a Gullah Geechee twang. Similar to store and stove. Unlazy with language. So when the Gap Band came up with, you dropped the bomb on me, baby. Even the name themselves, we're going to call ourselves Gap Band. Greenwood, Usher, and Prime. And if you look at the lyrics of You Dropped the Bomb on Me, I'm sure there are details of the riots, the riots of Tulsa. I want everybody to, if you have something to write with or a pen, this is class also. This isn't just listening. If you have a pen or a phone, open up your notes app and just look up Tulsa race riots. Look up Tulsa, Tulsa, race riots. Because we teach. When we're unlazy with, language. We teach, okay? So, Tulsa, Tulsa, oh wow, it's terrible. Tulsa, and then race riots. Tulsa race riots. And then you look that up in your spare time, and you'll see that I'm like not lying. So moving right along. Because if I'm lazy with language, then I'm a terrible MC, right? So it's important for me to not be lazy with language. Now, real quick, notice how we just stopped for a quick 10-minute interval on this one particular stanza, right? Most other music that doesn't involve rap isn't that unlazy with language, to where it's like, oh, I have to wait and digest it. There's other parts that's tied in. There's different wordplay, so on and so forth. Even in the piece, I acknowledged this ain't even my dialect, and I'm rhyming it. That's mathematics and linguistics. 100 years ago, what language might I speak? Looking the way I look, would I speak English? Would I speak English?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
100 years ago.
100 years ago?
Yeah.
In this country?
What would I be? Would I be in this country?
Like,
200 years ago.
yeah.
Could be. I would speak English in this country 200 years ago. 500 years ago.
No, because this country wasn't that old.
Okay, what might I speak?
Yoruba.
Yoruba? Right? Baoni? Right?
Swahili.
Exactly. So, in the piece, I'm acknowledging this ain't even my dialect. And I'm rhyming it. That's mathematics and linguistics combined. Right? Moving right along. Pardon me. Starving me, manufacturing poverty. I said that line several times. Manufacturing poverty. What does it mean to manufacture something? Says what? To create, right? What is poverty?
Do it without
Lack of money, resources.
No, essential needs.
Essential needs. So, is poverty preventable?
Yes.
Uh-oh, on the fence, some people didn't answer. Who says yes, who says no? Who says yes, poverty is preventable? Hands high. Not this, come on, put them up high. Poverty is preventable. Okay, hands down. Who says poverty isn't preventable? Oh, come on, what's going on? Fear! What do you guys think I mean when I say that? When I say manufacturing poverty? What did you get from it? Go ahead.
There's a system that like instills poverty or
Right.
creates poverty.
There's a system that instills poverty in a certain area. Okay.
And making it happen on purpose.
making it happen on purpose. Is that possible?
Yes.
It is? It's possible? Unlazy with? Okay. Manufacturing property, sit and watch, then whipping Plymouth Rock and dropping them on Project House property. I beat the game with a handicap. Anybody ever played a fighting video game? And they say like, put your power down before you start the fight. You put it on handicap, right? So when I say I beat the game with a handicap, what does that mean? In reference to the line before, because it's all tied in. Unlazy with, right? I beat the game with a handicap.
You beat it while still in poverty.
You said what?
You still beat it while going through all those challenges of poverty.
While going through different challenges, right? Proceeded to leave, but you pimping us, made us poor and had money sent to us. Said daddy can't be in the house to get benefits, so he dipped and that crippled us. What does that mean?
Welfare.
What does welfare say?
He had to leave. He'd be there.
There's a requirement to get your check. You can't have it. What was it? Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. Because I like to be unlazy with. Right. So I think it says something along the lines of like a able-bodied male, maybe 18 and up, couldn't be in the house. If there was proof of him living in the house, we take away the welfare check. Welfare was given to people who were what? Who were impoverished. So I say, hey, I'm going to give you this check, but you can't have a man in the house. I'm going to give you this money, but you can't have a man in the house. If there's no man or big brother in the house, what happens? The family's what? The family's torn apart. What else? Who's usually there to protect the family? The father protects the house. Also, he's an example for young boys to see. He's there for balance of masculine and feminine energy. Every child needs 100% masculine energy and 100% feminine energy. There needs to be balance. The father's outside of the house, there's no order. If you look up the definition of husbandry, it doesn't say anything about being married. It talks about cultivating. It talks about cultivating and giving life to. With no man in the house, there's no one there to cultivate the family. And he's replaced with money. Can money replace a father?
No.
Can money replace a man? No. Can money replace a woman? No. Made us poor and had money sent to us. Say daddy can't be in the house to get benefits, so he dipped and that crippled us. If I'm poor, real quick, if I'm poor, Jim, if I'm poor and you poor, right? Let's say like, you my wife, I'm your husband, right? Let's say that. You my wife, I'm your husband. And then we're both poor. We're like, man, you know what? We don't own any businesses, so nepotism can't happen. I can't get my business handed down to me. And so I said, man, you know what? I heard about this new welfare program. You can just get money to take care of everything, but I can't be in the house. That's the only thing, which means that I'm going to sneak by in the middle of the night, and I'm like, spend the night, but most of the day I can't be there. Can't have none of my clothes there, because if so, they're going to come in, they're going to take your check away. And so then where do I go? Where does the man go? The streets. Where does he go? He was poor to begin with. Now he's poor without a house. He's not there with his family. What's that doing to him psychologically? Huh?
Fucking him up.
Right. That's toying with his mental. He's worrying about what's happening to my wife, my children, what's happening to my family in my absence. But I got to figure it out. I have to do what I have to do. I got to do what I got to do. And if there are no jobs available, I have to create one. Out of necessity comes innovation. So, the number system. Right? Who knows about the numbers? Who's heard of the numbers before? Oh, this is great. Teaching today. All right. Who's heard of the lottery before? Okay, so the numbers is the old lottery. Long story short, they outlawed the numbers and made the lottery legal. Black folks invented the numbers up in Harlem. And they were bringing in so much money, they created a job out of nothing. Government came in. Hold on, somebody write that down too. Listen, anything I tell you, I want you to write it down. I want you to research it. Because I'm being unlazy with. If I was being lazy, I want you guys to come and say, hey, look, this was actually incorrect right here. Then I'm going to modify my presentation. You know what I'm saying? Because what's important is truth. That's cool, say cool? Boom. Now, keep in mind, I'm still saying this pieces if I'm talking to this personified woman, right? So I say, maybe this Poe didn't have money sent to us. Say, Daddy came in the house to get benefits, so he dipped and that crippled us. That crippled us. You left us without protection, without guidance, without a person, right? He pitching, cuz. Depression is rampant. What does that mean? What does pitching mean? What does pitching mean in a literal sense? If you're pitching. You're throwing the ball. What does pitching mean in the neighborhood? In a poor neighborhood, if you're pitching, you what? Selling drugs. I'm pitching weight. I'm pitching base. Right? Different slang terms. He pitching cuz he's outside the house. He's creating a job. Depression is rampant. If depression is rampant, I got business. I got customers. Depression is rampant. People drinking, geeking, and sniffing some. Candy store be getting some. Easy around random. Meanwhile, legislature preparing documentation that accommodates mandatory minimums. Unlazy with?
Language.
No filibus. Gotta get the rooms at the Doubletree Penitentiary and fill them up. 13th Amendment says what? Involuntary solitude or servitude. Come on, get me together, come on. Servitude is prohibited unless what? There's a caveat. Unless you're in jail. So wait a second. What's the requirement to be in jail? Huh? So while all this is occurring, I made you Poe have money since he kicked your father out of the house. Now he's selling drugs. Long as selling drugs.
Go to jail.
Go to jail. Legislature preparing documents that accommodate mandatory minimums. All while this is happening, I'm rhyming. Unlazy with language. This is how deep and how intelligent rap is and has been. It gets more intelligent every day. But since the late 80s, when it was created, it started from having fun. It started from poor people in the Bronx saying, let's throw our parties at the community center. It started from a DJ saying, hey, I don't like how this record ends and then I got to stop, blow it off, and put another record on, put the needle on. I don't like the dead air. So he got another turntable, bought the same album twice and said, as soon as this finishes, I'm going to play this one. He created the crossfader. Then he said, let me do this on beat, in time. Then he got an MC. Hey, why don't you get the crowd hype? How y'all feeling? Y'all feeling all right? Yeah. Some guy said, hey, I can get the crowd hype better than you. Okay, now we have an MC battle. So it started off as, wave your hands in the air. Don't wave them like you just don't care. And this guy said, okay. My name is Busy Beat and don't mess with the audience. Whoa, hold on, what did you just do? Kept evolving. The next battle he came back, let me tell you who I am, where I'm from. Someone else saw it that came in, right? Maybe on the fifth party, saw people talking back and forth in rhyme about where they're from and said, yo, I want to rap on mic. Not knowing where it came from. Then that evolved into, it split from battle rhymes to having fun to introspective rhyme to Grandmaster Flash, broken glass everywhere. If it ain't come out of money, people just don't care. He's talking about his neighborhood. Forgive me if I said that lyric wrong. But what I'm saying is that it evolved. It kept evolving into stories. And then it infiltrated. People took poetry that already was created and said, I'm going to put this in rhyme and I'm going to be unlazy with language. Put this all together. Every line means something. Got to get them rooms at the Doubletree Penitentiary and fill them up. Now I made you look at prison like a hotel. You work in a hotel, what's your objective? You got to fill the rooms. You fill the rooms, you make what? You make money. If prisons are empty, are they running? If prisons are filled, who makes money?
Private companies for the private companies.
Private companies. Prisoners make things. Right? Of course, in movies, we always sound like Stanley, license plates, and stuff like that. Right? That's labor. Let's keep going. Got to get the rooms at the Doubletree and Penitentiary and fill them up. Meanwhile, mama working double time. While all this is happening, the mama is back. I'm taking you back, you know what I'm saying? Cut to mama back at the house. Mama working double time to make ends meet. So she's sending us to daycare with similar, like she don't mouth to nipple us. What does that mean? Child, I got children to take care of. I ain't got time to sit and breastfeed y'all and have sore nipple. Hold on, take this. It's quicker. This is a side effect of poverty. This is a side effect of systematic racism. I didn't want to do this, but I did it because I needed to save time. But what's the side effect? Nutrients lacking, bones and heart brittle. If your heart is brittle, what does that mean? What does it give you idea? Huh?
You're cold.
You cold. Right? Or your heart, somebody break up with you, your heart broken, right? Your heart broken. No therapist or hospital. Resources. Unlazy with poverty without resources. No therapist or hospital. But guess what? Thank God for hip hop. Pain turns to rhyme. Hospital. Pain turns to rhyme. Hot spitter. This is pain. It sounds good because I'm rapping it to you. If I tell you someone died, if I put it in a rap, it's a little bit more palatable, a little bit easier to digest. Pain turns to rhyme. Hot spitter. Comedy prowess got you hot, richer than proud when you were not winning. All by design. If something's by design, it means what? On purpose, all by design. America happenstance is not good. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But we manufacture these things that we do, that we did to survive, are a part of our culture. We don't have time to say words long that don't make sense to us, so we don't say store, we say stove. But it's culture now. Right? We cut our pants. we boys sag pants because of poverty. Because we couldn't afford to buy jeans every year for growing boys, we bought them sizes up. We couldn't afford to pay for belts, so we used shoestrings or such, or we rolled them inside so that they would fit us. And if I'm young and I'm wearing a size 32, they're going to sag. Sagging is a side effect of poverty. Over the years, it became cool. It became culture. We manufacture culture. What's the next line say? Remix anything given. What's the remix? This is the remix. What's the remix? Oh, great. This is, wow. Okay. What is the remix reference?
Turning negatives into positives.
Right.
Or using what you have to make some sense.
Using what you got. So you guys, real quick favor, all right? So, girl named Lisa, right? Lisa was cooking a roast for her boyfriend, Jason. She was cooking a roast recipe she got from her grandma, passed down from my mom to her. She cooking a roast, you know what I'm saying? She prepping it. She cut the end off the roast. Boom. Throw that meat away. She gets through. Her boyfriend's like, hey, why'd you cut the end off the roast? She said, well, I don't know. That's a part of the recipe. My mama did it, so you know. He's like, well, let's go to mom. I'm interested. I'm curious. I want to know why you eat perfectly good meat. You just threw it away. I just want to know why you did it. Oh, okay, whatever. So, call mom. Hey, mom, how you doing? I'm cooking a recipe that grandma taught you that she taught me. I'm cooking for Jason. He said it's really good. He just want to know why I cut the end off the roast. So I said I cut the end off the roast because you did. So, mama, why you cut the end off the roast? You know what she said? Grandma cut the end off the roast. He's sitting over there like, see, I thought we got it. She was like, Mom, I'm gonna call you back. We had to call grandma, right? So they called grandma. They called it, all right, the phone rang about 8 times because it's taking her a while to get to the phone. You know what I'm saying? She watching her stories. She just said, hey, baby, how you doing? Hey, grandma. Hey, I was cooking roast, the recipe that she taught mama, that mama taught me. And, you know, I cut it off the roast and I was preparing it just like, you know, same mama did. She said she did it because you did it. So, grandma, I need to know why you cut the end off the roast. You know, grandma said, she said, child, my pan was too small. And so I cut it in so that it would fit the size of the pan. Back in the day, we didn't have the big old fancy pans. We didn't have the aluminum foil pans you could just buy and throw away. And so I had to. Poverty. But three generations wasted meat because they didn't ask. Passed down. Remix anything given. This ain't even my dialect, and I'm rhyming it. That's mathematics and linguistics combined. Embedded in my melanin. What does embedded mean? Built
Inside it.
built in, embedded in my melanin.
Inside it.
You can't keep greatness from me. The cheese already shredded and spreaded. You can't be greatness from me. I thought that was nice. I ain't gonna promise. I wrote that. Yeah. And when I say this part, I was like, this part. Yeah. You can't keep greatness from me. The cheese already shredded and spreaded. You can't deep greatness from me. You can't put me back in a block. You can't cremate this money. This is God's currency. You can't recreate this money. I did a phonetic pun. This is God's currency. You can't recreate this money. We be seasoned. You know where I think seasoning came from? I think one day somebody's cooking like, hey, you know, kill animal, make meat. Yeah, all right, add fire. All right, cool, yeah, okay. Because I ate it raw and it didn't taste good. So put some fire, crack these rocks, and boom, all right, boom, fire. All right, yeah, I got that. Okay, that's cool. Then one day I was, this smells good. I wonder, yeah. You try it. It tastes like the flour. But it was just my season. Then one day somebody came on and said, oh, you know what? We're going to gather up everything, we're going to put it in season, grade it up, grade it, wild crafted, all these different things. We'd be seasoned. Who's had seasonless meat before? What does it taste like? Someone said terrible. You got seasoning, you got marinade, all these different things, right? We'd be seasoned. Extract. Indigenous to expat. What does that mean? What does indigenous mean? Huh? Native to the land. Expat is what?
Someone who's living abroad, well, someone who cannot go back to their country. They're living somewhere else.
Okay. Royal wherever I step at. My elders built pyramids and you still can't destroy or dissect that. Pyramids are still here. Wait on me to fall, you better check back. What that mean? What that mean? Wait on me to fall, you better check back. And don't hold your breath, black. Because as soon as I plummet, my wings spread. Two busting, parachute. Parachute. Easy when the words up there, you know what I'm saying? Two busting. My wings spread, two busting, parachute. It's another phonetic pun. Yeah, I heard of all. Yeah, there we go. Unlazy with language. And I didn't even know I had that in jetpack, and that'd be the black one. As a black man, when I say that'd be the black woman, she'd be the vertebral column. What is your vertebral column? Your spine, or your back. Your backbone. What's your backbone do? If your spine is broken, what can you do? Nothing. You just. Anybody seen Weekend at Bernie's? You know what I'm saying? But it's pain though, right? You can't do that and not have pain with it, right? She be, we're going to edify the language, right? Be, not is an inanimate object. This is a table. She be that, state of being, before I say it, as I'm saying it, after I said it. She be the vertical column. And she go hard whether she is or not wounded. But you cold-blooded, remember? Dream seller, amphibian, far from the black ant Vivian. I was on the chat with you. This is a reference to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There we go. Pop culture. Unlazy with English. Now, black Vivian, right? When the show started, let me say it real quick. So, point of information. So, when the show started, right, we got Will Smith in West Philadelphia, born and raised, and playgrounds where I spend. Right, okay, so we don't know that. But look, he gets there, you got Uncle Phil, he light skinned, bald headed dude, you know what I'm saying, real big. He got the hair around here, but no hair on top, right? He has a beautiful wife, she's dark like me, and she did a lot of stuff. She was a dancer, she was involved with school, she had, 2 kids, 2.5 kids, something like that, 3 kids. She had Hillary, Carlton, Ashley, and then eventually they had little Nikki, right? But at some point, Janet Hubert, I believe that's her name, at some point she had some type of discrepancy with the cast and the creators of it, and they just switched her out. And then the next season we came in, it was a light-skinned woman that looked nothing like the children from nobody. And so we're like, oh, what happened to Black Unreal? And so even this is just kind of saying, I mean, in the new Viv ain't do nothing. She was just kind of just a mother, you feel me? Anyhow, yeah, so it's like dream seller, amphibian, far from the black amphibian. Amphibians are what? Ah, cold-blooded. Stay with me. Far from the black amphibian, I was only chattel to you. All you ever cared about was how the numbers added to you. Had me fighting my people over Federal Reserve notes, it don't even matter to you. What's the Federal Reserve note? Money? Where's the dollar? Where's the dollar? Pull it out. Where's the dollar? We'll do this real quick. Who's the first? Who's the first? Who's the first to do it? Man. All right. So listen. So at the top it says Federal Reserve note, right? Real quick, let's edify language. What does a note mean? What is a note? What is a note? Specifically. A note is
Information.
right. It's something to write information on, to pass, all right? In school, don't pass notes. You pass notes to what? Huh? Friends to transfer information, right? Cool. So that's the note part. Federal means government. Reserve was reserve. Fort Knox. See, I'm trying to get deep already. We going slow. We going slow to the deep part. A reserve. If I have something on reserve, I'm doing what? I'm safe. So a Federal Reserve note is what? A piece of paper that passes a message to This ain't just dollars. No. So, boom. What I'm saying, dollars, right? I purposely said this, unlazy with. I purposely said that. I didn't say dollars. If I said dollar, you wouldn't wink at it. Have me fighting my people over Federal Reserve notes. Have people fought over money before? Yes. That don't even matter to you. The US dollar was once backed by gold. Once means unlazy with. That don't even matter to you. I'm cashing my chips in, leaving this casino. I will no longer fight this battle for you. Now I just made a comparison of America and a casino. What happens at the casino? A lot of answers. You make money, you lose money, right?
You eventually lose money.
The house always wins. My name is Brandon Alexander. This is Unlazy with Poetics and Hip Hop. gonna pull up the lyrics to 50/50. I'm gonna do a way quicker lyrical analysis of that. But I want to show you guys what we do with raps, because like we really do this like for real. You know what I'm saying? We really do this. There we go. Okay. See, I got to do this for all the nosy people who are trying to read my screen. Let's see what he's looking up. Get out of my business, all right? Let's see, 95. Okay. So, all right, we're almost there. Okay. So, here we go. Come on. Man. All right, so all right, zoom in. A little bit too much. All right. When expectations don't meet reality, you got a problem. This math don't add up. They say expectations are the mother of disappointment. I expect you to do something that's based on my experience in life. You don't know it. When you don't do it, I instantly get mad. Am I right or wrong? That's how it goes. But in an instant, like legit, I'm like legit mad that you didn't do it. Like I have feelings and rattled emotions over this thing that I expected you to do that you didn't do. When expectations don't meet reality, you got a problem. This math don't add up 50-50. This came from a conversation I was having with a woman. She's like, everything's supposed to be equal, it's supposed to be 50-50. You do your part, and I do my part, it's 50-50, and then everything's even. I said, I don't want half of nothing. And you should meet it. This math don't add up. I don't want half of nothing, you should meet it. It's supposed to be 100-100. I mean, if you're like, I'll pick up where you slack. Start with F. Overflow. Right? Optimism, pessimism. Glass is half empty or half full. But if we both got 100, if we stretch that metaphor, we both got 100% glass is full. And we have this empty cup. We pour 100 into it, we have overflow. It's supposed to be 100-100. That means if you're lacking, I'll pick up where you slack. Some days you don't feel like getting 100. It's cool. But if you got 50 and you get tired, you're not going to get there. Right? Now I'm just going to get mine, and then you. Shows a lack of trust. You can mistake a cup for half empty or half full. When I wrote that, I was talking about, you see a cup right now half empty, you like, real quick, I don't even know who this is. Don't worry, I ain't gonna drink it. You look at this and you say, either that's on its way up, or it's on its way out. You ever heard somebody say to somebody in a relationship, how long y'all been together? And if you're the person, you're like, hold on, what you trying to say? Things are rocky right now, unbeknownst to you. Right? But that means they see it half. It's not full. How long y'all been together? Oh, okay. But if you give your all, you can walk away with no regrets. Give it my best shot. If you don't give it your all, you're like, man, I could have did better. That's on me. I got an F in the class, I know I could have did better. Versus, I got a B+, I did the best I could. You have to get that teacher. I tell my students to grade themselves. What do you give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? Well, I give myself like a 7. I'm gonna redo this. All I had to do was show them a mirror. If you give your all, you can walk away with no regrets. Pissed off nonetheless, but you know that you've done all you could. The other person just wasn't ready to get it. In double Dutch, metaphor, and double Dutch, the rope can't swing if your whole body ain't. Literally. We gotta jump together. Ain't that a way to talk? You know, it's almost like a love letter. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't that a way to tell something, tell your partner, listen, we have to jump together. We gotta jump together, baby. Like, it's like double dutch. The road kids, y'all can't listen. Y'all can play around. I don't even care. Take it, all right? Take it. Be unlazy with language. Right? Baby, the rope can't swing if your whole body ain't in it. It can't. Not can't, can't. We gotta jump together. MCing, the rhythm of MCing is so intelligent, so embedded, that when I said the line earlier, you heard someone yell the punchline before I said it. Right? I said the rope can't swing if your whole body ain't. And somebody was like, in it? How do you do that? It's magic. That's MCing. That's rap. That's hip hop. We gotta jump together. Both risking getting whipped by the rope. Right? That's life. The rope. You gonna get hit. Right? But when we do, not if, when. What does when mean? It's gonna happen. When we do, I'll lick your wounds and you'll put honey on my cuts. As we laugh about today, we took jump a rope to another level. That was another one of mine. I was like, what? Jump the rope to? Because jump the rope is just it's easy. Double dutch. I still don't know how black people do that. But it's like, where did you get the idea to? All right, we're going to take two of these. It's like someone had to design the rope turning and someone else had to design how to jump in and how to stay in the rope. You let my sister Queen is laughing because she's like, I don't know how I learned it. I just knew how to do it. I just saw my sister do it. To this day, I only know how to do pop-ups, right? Sometimes it's like, stay in the rope, then we're going to start. As soon as we turn the first rope, we jump. Right? But when we do, I'll lick your wounds. Right? When the dog's licking his wounds, what are they doing? Healing. Right? They're healing and they're healing. Right? Stay with me. You'll put honey on my cuts. That's what they used to do back in the day. They didn't have any spoon. But honey, it's impenetrable. You know what I'm saying? Honey on it was all good. Just look out for Winnie the Poohs. So, as we laughed about today, we took jump a rope to another level. Redefine comfort levels. Join forces and fought other devils together. Join forces and fought other devils together. I'm not interested in 50-50. Not I don't want. I'm not unlazy with. I'm not interested in 50-50. Standing with one foot in. Now this is where I took the metaphor and I put it right in front of the literal thing, and it looked real stupid, didn't it? Double dutch. Because 50-50 is like standing with one foot in. Y'all picturing that? Standing with one foot in, never jumping. Like not even trying, right? Never jumping. Rope steady slapping us in the arm, leg, neck, head, and we wondering why it's not working. Why it's not turning. You don't complete me. You compliment me. God ain't make no half people. I made a good argument with it, didn't I? Like, my body hurt in the argument. Like she lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's for me 50-50. Well, hold on, I got a rap for you. Unlazy with language. You don't complete me, you compliment me. God ain't make no half people. That's poetic language. You just complete me. I'm like, oh baby, that means so much. You complete me. Not literally. I need you. No, I desire you. Need something, you have no say in that. Desire is, I'm making a conscious decision to choose you. You don't complete me, you compliment me. And I spelled that wrong because it's supposed to be E right here. Shout out to English nerds, you feel me? Because I'm an English nerd. That's the only reason I use that term. So, you compliment me. Because this type of compliment is like, I like your shoes. Compliment, COMPLEMENT, it's like add on to. You don't complete me, you compliment me. God ain't make no half people. I'm already one of them. And so you. My books are usually 25, but everybody who's here today, they're only 20. I take Square. I take Cash App, Chase Quick Pay, PayPal, Venmo. And I got like all the information right here. So you can just come up here and you just put that in, you know what I'm saying? And I'll take cash, of course, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shop with me. Thank you for your time.